New England as the Patriots get set to host the Pittsburgh Steelers with the NFL on CBS. The Patriots at 6-2, leading the AFC East. Meanwhile, it's been a struggle since the start of the season for the Steelers. At 2-5, and hello, friends, Jim Nantz along with Bill Sims, and my partner has always said one thing: beware of a desperate team, a team that has talent and is desperate. It's a powerful combination, you say.
It is, and you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, it just comes down to this. You got to probably go 9-7 at least in the AFC to get into the playoffs. They're 2-5. That means they can only lose 2 more games the rest of the year. I'd call that a pretty desperate situation.
Yeah, we'll be seeing the Steelers first with the football. This game is being broadcast in Spanish. We're available using the SAP button on your television. Ben Roethlisberger called tails it was, and he said we want the football. So it'll be Gostowski sending it down to Pittsburgh with Felix Jones and Jonathan Dwyer standing near the goal line. It'll be Felix Jones right on the goal line. Finds the wedge on that left side. Big piece of running here past the 30 and tripped up, but not until he gets close to the 40. Tripped up by Chris White, but here comes Ben Roethlisberger going for his all-time 100th win as a starter. That's regular and postseason. His offensive line has been really part of the story why Pittsburgh struggled. Guy Wimper will start for DeCastro, who is inactive with an ankle injury. And Antonio Brown had a big drop last week, but he leads the league with 56 receptions. Mike Adams comes in on that offensive front for Pittsburgh, giving them 6 linemen. Le'Veon Bell is the running back, a rookie out of Michigan State. Roethlisberger fires on first down, and it's over to Antonio Brown for a gain of 6. Boy, the New England defense came to life in the second half against Miami last week. There's Chandler Jones, who had a blocked field goal to seal it. And Spikes, who's the man in the middle. This defense that had 6 sacks in the second half against the Dolphins. And Devin McCourty helped force one of the 3 takeaways when he tapped it to his teammate, Marquise Cole, for a key interception. 2nd and 4, and it's Bell making the jump cut outside, but picks up the first down and gets 10 in all. Nice run by Bell. We've got an update. What about the Redskins and the Chargers? James Brown, get us updated.
In overtime, Jim, 3rd and inches. Darrell Young's 3rd rushing touchdown of the day wins it in overtime. Redskins 30, Bolts 24.
Jim Nantz, Bill Sims.
All right, guys, so they take it right down the field. Never give San Diego a chance to handle it. A touchdown wins it straight out with the first possession for the Redskins. And now from the New England 46, that's Sanders, and he's looking for a room on the right side, and he's going to weave through traffic and still stays up to the 36. Emmanuel Sanders has 8 yards with that.
Well,
great effort.
Yeah, Jim, staple of this offense. They love to throw wide receiver screens. Why? Because they're safe. They got good players outside who can make those plays, and it protects their offensive line. Talking to Ben Roethlisberger last night, really made a big point of this. We've got to be more aggressive early in the game instead of just trying to work our way in the game. You can see that with the spread formations, the shotgun, and some of the play calls.
2nd and 2. From the New England 36. And it's Bell. And he's met at the line by Spikes. Mike Tomlin in his 7th year, and telling us last night, you brought it up about the margin right now. It's getting very slim right now. The margin for error for his team.
In every respect, for the season, trying to make the playoffs, but how they play the game. They just are not dynamic really right now on either side of the ball, so they almost have to play perfect to win a low-scoring, close game.
They've really had a hard time getting started in most of these games, but they're trying to keep this opening drive going on a 3rd and 2. Roethlisberger, here they come, and the sack, and the ball comes out. And it's recovered by New England. Milano with the recovery.
3rd and short.
Ninkovich knocked it out. Like to welcome all of you who watched the Redskins winning in overtime against San Diego. Jim Nance, Phil Simms here at Gillette Stadium. We just saw Pittsburgh take the opening kickoff down into New England territory. This just happened on 3rd and 2. Roethlisberger strip sacked by Ninkovich and recovered by rookie Joe Milano, and the Patriots take over and now get ready for their first offensive play from the 42.
Going against one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL. When you think of the Patriots, what they've done against the rush, they're 31st. They spread out, they throw it, and Jim, the weather a little cool, crisp, and the football's going to feel a little bit different to you early in the game. And Roethlisberger really not hit that much, but from the side, Ninkovich knocks it out, and maybe because of the weather, it came out kind of easily.
And that's now 36 consecutive games that New England has gotten at least one takeaway. That is the longest streak in the league by far. Active streak.
Really good coverage that time, again, by the defensive backs of New England.
2 tight ends. First play for New England is a running play with Ridley. And a gain of 4. Well, the last AFC team to win at Gillette Stadium in the regular season was Pittsburgh all the way back in 2008. But Brady didn't play in that game. He has been a part of 34 straight home wins as he hands it off to Ridley. 34 straight home wins against AFC opponents in the regular season. He'll be facing a 3rd down. 3rd and about 4 coming up for the Patriots, who are right back to the line. And here is their line. Cannon at right tackle with Bulmer now IR'd after the leg injury last week. Gronkowski had 2 catches last week after 8 in his return game against the Jets 2 weeks ago. Like to welcome most of the nation. Jim Nance, Bill Simms here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. 3rd and 4. New England's first drive of the game, and Brady is going to cut his losses. He'll fall at the 46. It'll be a 3 and out after the Patriots had recovered a fumble on Pittsburgh's opening series.
Good pass protection. Initial, it's good. He's looking down the field, gets to move up in the pocket. Look at everybody crossing in front of Tom Brady. Nobody open. That is a big problem with this offense of the Patriots. They cannot separate from tight coverage.
Ryan Allen is the rookie punter from Louisiana Tech. He was the 2-time winner of the Ray Guy Award, the nation's best punter in college. Again, won it twice. And he's going to punt it in the direction of the goal line, and it tumbles in. It was over the head of Antonio Brown, who let it go for the touchback in the net of 34. Each team's touched it once here at Gillette Stadium.
Well, there's been Roethlisberger on the sideline trying to clean his hands, and one of our cameramen actually said he heard him say that there's something on it and he can't get it off. Look, it could be many things. The gloves can be sticky. Sometimes, you know, Jim, defensive and offensive linemen have been known to put something on their jersey that makes it slick. Maybe he touched one of them.
Well, here he comes to snap it at the 20-yard line. You're surprised back on Pittsburgh's 3rd and 2 that they decided not to run it against New England.
Field position, short 3rd and 2. I thought they would go with it, and if you run the football and didn't make it, you could go for it on 4th down. That's why that situation surprised me.
Walt Coleman is the referee today.
I think they talked to Walt Coleman. I think Ben Roethlisberger did and said, look, somebody's got something on their jersey. I saw him make that signal, but I think they checked and found nothing illegal.
It's Bell, short side, nowhere to go. Loss of 1. Roethlisberger now with 5 lost fumbles on the season, starting with week 1 against Tennessee. Of course, Chicago, they just gave up the football several times. The Bears pouncing on those opportunities. Then against Minnesota, when they fell to 0-4 in a game over in London. And then just a short while ago, driving on the opening possession and strip sack by Ninkovich. Second down and 11. They go back to Bell, and it's Hightower has hold of him, twisting him around after a run for 5.
You know, when you look at this offense, run the football, they must run the ball well to win today. If they do that, going against the 31st ranked defense against the rush, that's a real number. Then you can expect Roethlisberger then to, when he goes to throw it, have a chance to go down the field, protecting and make those big plays, which you need to win games in this league.
Todd Haley and the staff have to figure they have a chance to run the football today, something they haven't done all year. The worst rushing numbers since 1934 in Steeler history. 3rd and 6. Open. It's Bell. Bell going to be stopped about a yard shy of the first.
Good idea that time, but they got unlucky. They got a different defense. They were hoping that there would be Le'Veon Bell doing a little double move, that he was going to have man-to-man coverage. Nobody covering him. And how about that tackle by Gregory? Comes in, gets him low. It's where you want to take a big man. That's how you do it. Kept him short of the first down.
New punter now for the Steelers. Matt McBriar signed this week after they waived Zoltan Mesko, the former Patriot, who got beat out in preseason here in New England. And then last week had a punt blocked at Oakland, and they cut him. McBriar, the longtime Cowboy punter, earns a fair catch by Edelman at the 22. It's a nice 49-yard punt. First quarter at New England.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Verizon. When it matters, Droid does. And by E-Trade.
Aerial coverage is provided by MetLife. The Pittsburgh defense opened up the year going the first 18 quarters without a takeaway and seldom getting to the quarterback. 1st and 10. And Brady has a completion to Gronkowski. And a first down. Tackled by William Gay. Well, here is that Pittsburgh-based defense. Cameron Hayward, a career-high 9 tackles last week. Woodley leads them in sacks. He's got 5 of their 11 now on the year. Polamahu. The flag is out as Ridley is backed up about 5 yards.
Personal foul, Whipping, number 70, offense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Hold on, Logan Mankins. And he's saying, what? What did I do?
Well, it was what they call a zone play. In other words, it was to run to the right. Everybody worked that way. Logan Mankins is the backside guard, so he's coming down the line, and I'm sure he hit one of the back of the defensive linemen. That's why I was at clipping.
Of course, last week we were here. There was a lot of talk about Tom Brady's throwing hand. It was obviously swollen, but he played through the game, had a better second half than dismal numbers in the first half. We've talked to him about it now, having been around here for a couple of days. He says it's better than it was the week before, and it feels great. 1st and 25. Come in after Brady takes a big hit. Pile driven into the ground back at the 3 by Lawrence Timmons.
Beautiful blitz by Timmons. Blitzing is all about timing. Little cross that time. Williams went one way. Here comes Timmons the other side, and they timed it perfectly with the snap of the football, where the offensive lineman and running back do not have time to react to it. Steelers kind of created that blitz in the NFL. Everybody runs it every week on the defensive side. New England not ready for it that time.
And Timmons playing with a broken hand, coming in after the quarterback. It's Bolden. And Bolden out to about the 28-yard line. Just want to finish up the Brady hand. You know, you had talked about after that game against Miami. I didn't realize so many people knew what the back of my hand was supposed to look like. It's perfect. He just really denied it all. But he did say to us, you know, I consider it just part of the bumps and bruises that everyone pretty much goes through during the course of a season. It's not impacting his play, he feels.
Well, no, it's not. I can tell. I watch him throw. I think I know. And it's not affecting how he throws the football.
3rd and 14. And the pass is to Gronkowski. And Gronkowski is out of bounds at the Steelers 37.
Well, so far down the field or outside, if you want to say twice, and Troy Polamalu lets him go. I don't know why Ryan Clark picks him up. I think Troy Polamalu was pulling off of Gronkowski, hoping to catch a receiver coming underneath. But this passing attack, it starts, centers around, and ends with Rob Gronkowski. He's the guy they're looking to throw it to.
He got 34 with that one. And again, Brady has Gronkowski. And finally taken down by Gay at the 10-yard line.
I was wondering, how would Gronkowski feel? Was he going to be 100%? Third game back. Nice move to the outside. Look at the Jim, noticeably, when you watch him out there right now, this second series of the game for the Patriots, he definitely looks faster and in more game shape than we saw him last week.
Well, last week he had 2 catches for 27 yards. That one went for 27 on its own.
You can't let him just get off the line of scrimmage free and run down the field.
A 1st and goal. And Brady's pass over the head of Edelman, and the edges were starting to collapse in on the quarterback.
Now that time they had the tight end, Mana Wanui. Dang, that first time out I missed it. But
you've avoided that for a couple of years.
Well, there he is again. He's open. Oh, he knows it. But Tom Brady felt the pressure from the backside. Anytime you have tight ends blocking pass rushing linebackers, I like the linebacker.
Here's a 2nd and goal. And a draw with Ridley. For a couple, just to set the record straight, who was that last pass play that you feel it should have gone to?
Well, no. So Gronkowski, it should have gone to.
Yeah,
the blocking I'm talking
blocking
about.
Was...
Okay. Mana Wanui. How's that?
No, you're all over it.
There you go. You know, the first one was just truly just a pure choke.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
I saw you tense up,
I got
man.
tight. Here it comes.
Mana Wanui.
Mana Wanui. There we go. I practiced it all week, but see, practice doesn't count. When you're in the action, that's when it counts.
You were gagging. 3rd and goal. Austin Collie is in.
Free releases.
And Brady to the end zone. And what a catch. Touchdown, Gronkowski. Oh, they're going to mark him short. Hold on. There's outside of it, they say.
Was he touched when he hit the ground? This is tight. Look at the defense trying to read the quarterback.
Wow. I think it might be. Well, look at the Patriots there. Just go ahead and hurry up to the line before Pittsburgh's defense can set anywhere. But that Polamalu was offside. Flags are out. Bolden got the carry and the touchdown. It's interesting. It's a case where the Patriots didn't want to wait and see if upstairs somebody said, hey, Gronkowski scored. They were more set on just trying to race up to the line. And
offside, number 43, defense, penalty decline, touchdown.
And they got what they wanted in the end.
They excel at the hurry-up run game down inside the 2-yard line. Last week, the hurry-up runs were not working great, but in the second half and in these situations, they worked very well. They got 2 touchdowns last week, 1 here. One of the wrinkles the Patriots always give every defense to see how they work against it.
Here was the Gronkowski one first.
He catches it, he's touched, it's down. That was a really good mark. I think it is just short. That was a good angle. We saw the push from behind.
And then Polamalu offsides anyway, and Bolden has his 3rd touchdown of the year, which they are reviewing. They're going to wait and certify it upstairs. Watch this. Hold on a minute. Don't put up the touchdown yet. Here's Bolden. And he's
on the ground. The football is short. I think that's a pretty good shot that it does not.
And remember, that was on a 4th down, but there was a penalty on the play for offsides against Pittsburgh.
After reviewing the play, the runner was down at the half-a-yard line. Offside, number 43, defense. That penalty will now be accepted half the distance of the goal. Fourth down.
And the offensive unit stays out there for New England. Now they might be wondering, should we have just waited and taken another peek at the Gronkowski catch near the goal line?
Well, you and I have these discussions every week. When it gets inside the one, if you think it's a touchdown, challenge it, because you don't know. He's pushed from behind. The football is short of the goal line.
You can't really see the football from that side. It's close, but here comes a fourth down snap nonetheless. Ridley, the running back, Ridley, the ball carrier, and Ridley is stopped. Just as you said, Phil. The last couple of weeks we've seen it so many times. We saw it with the Chargers in the game against the Redskins from the 1-yard line. Pittsburgh will take over at the 1.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by MetLife. I can do this. And by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Well, the Steelers defense comes up big here. New England ran 5 total plays from the 10 and in and did not score. And Ridley stuffed on a 4th and goal from inside the 1. So here come the Steelers. And movement on the right side by Gilbert.
False start, number 77, offense.
Now we know Gronkowski was touchdown. Was the ball ever touching the plane?
Right there, definitely short. That's even, as I look at it more, he was really good call. We saw the replay.
This was called a touchdown, then overturned upstairs.
But he was short, but look at the defense. It wins the point of attack. In other words, they were more aggressive when the ball was snapped. They pushed the offensive line in the backfield. Tremendous stop by the Steelers defensive line.
Roethlisberger goes for the big ball, looking for Brown. He's picked off. Picked off at the 33 by McCourty.
This is changing this defense. Devin McCourty at center field is fantastic at the safety position. Pressure on Ben Roethlisberger. Antonio Brown is open. The football is underthrown 10 yards. And why is it underthrown? Because Roethlisberger just had to heave it up. Didn't have room to step and throw the football.
It was spikes coming in on him that influenced the throw.
Well, as I see it, he just threw it because he thought he was going to get hit. Le'Veon Bell, nice job of coming across and knocking him out of the way.
That's 2 turnovers committed by the Steelers on their last 5 plays.
You know, it just shows you. When you're used to getting hit or you think you're going to get hit, when you're throwing the football, it changes it. I don't care who you are, if you're a first-year quarterback or a big-time Super Bowl winner like Ben Roethlisberger.
From the 34, down the field and open for the touchdown. Amendola becomes the 50th recipient all-time of a Tom Brady touchdown pass.
Well, let's just say this. I had arguments with a lot of people up here in New England this week. Tom Brady is great at moving around the pocket. Steps up, goes from the right side to the left side. How'd the hand look, everybody? Did it look good? Because this is a throw right on target with power and an easy catch. Good design, too, by Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator.
Amendola, of course, the big signee in the offseason after Welker went to Denver, and he's been injured most of the first half of the season. His first touchdown catch as a Patriot. Gostowski makes it 7-0. Coming in, there had been 49 players who had caught a touchdown during the course of Brady's career. Amendola becomes the 50th. Danny Amendola.
Yeah, he looked pretty healthy, too, didn't he?
It hasn't been the case much of the season, has it? He came back last week, though, and that was the first game they had Gronkowski and Amendola on the field for the first time all season together. A couple of weeks away from getting Shane Vereen back, which could also change things the way the New England offense will operate. Guy can catch the ball out of the backfield. Here's Felix Jones. And he's pushed out by McCourty.
Well, Jim, let me show you how you get wide open in the NFL. First, let's watch Troy Polamalu. Tom Brady's going to look right. He wants the out and up. It's not there. He hits Amendola right down the seam. So Brady looks right. Look at Troy Polamalu trying to read the eyes. He whips back and just throws it into the hole against the zone. Again, watch it from behind. Read the quarterback's eyes. Maybe you should do that to a rookie, but not guys like Tom Brady who are experts at looking one way and going the other way to throw the football. And the Steelers that time playing what I say a passive defense. If you do that against a good quarterback, they will pick you apart.
Brady's thrown for nearly as much yardage in this first quarter as he did all of last week. 112 today after 116 last Sunday. First down here for Roethlisberger and the Steelers. And with someone draped on him, he still gets it to Kotchery. And he's close to the 40. Fantasy football fans, check out CBSSports.com. Player Challenge. It's a 4-week game. Cash prizes in every league. To see the rules and sign up at CBSSports.com/challenge.
You got to be a little careful if you're the Patriots defense. They've been getting up and challenging receivers all year long, but Emmanuel Sanders, Antonio Brown, they can run. They can run routes. They can get deep down the field. So you got to mix it up against these guys.
After 15 to Kotchery.
What is that?
First down run for Bell. And he's got 5 more.
That's what I would do with Le'Veon Bell. This guy played at Michigan State. He's not one of these go down the line of scrimmage and read it. He wants to go straight ahead, block straight ahead, have linemen pull, lead up in there, and use his size and power. And when they do that, I think he's a tremendous running back. They got to match his talent sometimes with the right play calls and let him show it off.
He's a guy that carried the ball last year in college football more than any Division I player. A workhorse of 382 carries. And back-to-back attempts here. This one for only 1. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Pittsburgh.
That's right. That time you saw Stephen Gregory, the safety, come flying up there to help tackle. Some unique things when you talk about the Patriots now, running the football better than ever on the offensive side, and their secondary has been the strength of this defense. That, along with, of course, Brandon Spikes, the best tackling, most ferocious middle linebacker in the NFL.
Matt Patricia, the defensive coordinator for New England. Watching his defense here, 3rd and 3. And again, it's Bell. And look at him scoot underneath and pick up the first down. He's an impressive young running back. Taken in the 2nd round. Grew up in Columbus, Ohio, right in the shadows of Ohio State. Was not recruited by the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's right. Good job that time. Guy Wimper doing a good job. How about Velasco? And this is what the NFL is about. Just little angles. Well, that was a small little hole. He found a way to get in there and pick up the first down. But how about that? 3rd and 3. Let's just run it right up the middle. They pick up the first down against 2 rookie defensive linemen.
Single.
230!
First down. And a flag is out as Roethlisberger throws it out of bounds. Direction of Sanders.
They bring in an extra lineman to help protect, and it doesn't work.
That extra lineman was Mike Adams.
Man, pass protection. I think I know the word to describe it.
Personal foul, chunk block, number 26 on the offense. 15-yard penalty, still first down.
Called on Bell.
Well, that means watch 26. He's going to go down low. Well, it's a tough call, but they say he was engaged that time with Fernando Velasco, the center. If he's engaged, then you go down low and cut the guy. That's going to be a penalty. 15 yards, personal foul.
Takes it all the way back to the 33.
Pretty tough call, but his hands were on the pass rusher.
Yeah.
And now the Steelers go spread. They'll move Heath Miller around a little bit. First and 25, and Brady, Roethlisberger, it is sacked for the second time, and it's Chandler Jones. And this is one thing New England was really wondering about, because it's been so hard to bring down at times.
Oh, how about that move that time, Jim, by Chandler Jones? A little stutter move. He told us about it. Go in and give him a quick dance step to freeze the offensive lineman, then goes right around Kelvin Beachum. I don't even think he touched Chandler Jones.
But you're seeing that kid right there, Jones, really grow up here in his second season. Drafted first round last year out of Syracuse.
Well, he's turning into a pass rusher who can win games. Get him in obvious passing situations, he can get it done.
Second and 30, and they go underneath. And Bell unable to hold on to it. He had Hightower right around him. It'll be 3rd and 30.
Now, the word I was going to describe to their pass blocking, it's been awful.
Yeah.
It really has. Here comes number 55. Oh, they make a mistake on the pickups, and Ben Roethlisberger, to his credit, saw it and gets rid of it. But when you pressure the Steelers' offensive pass schemes or pass protection schemes, they get there. They hit the quarterback, the defense does. Blitzing, twisting, it all works.
Got to get all the way to the New England 42 for a first down. Patriots call timeout. With 23 seconds to go, first quarter. And New England has a touchdown on the board.
Well, the struggles continue on the offensive side. Pass protection, hold on to the football. It's tough there, throwing off balance to a receiver that maybe is open, turns into an interception, and then once again, more pass protection problems.
3 first downs. They got it moving on the first drive, but had committed 3 penalties, 2 giveaways, 2 sacks against them. And now here you go with 23 seconds to go first quarter and only 3rd and 30.
I'm here.
Gonna go with a screen, and it's wide open over here. Bell inside the 50, and maybe, well, they're gonna give him a spot really close to it. At the 42, he ran right past Harmon from New England, who was trying to lock down that side.
Well, they're going to measure this football, Jim. If it comes up short, the Steelers are going to get a chance to sit back and wait to make their decision whether to go for it on 4th down. I believe they will if it is short.
It'll be 4th and inches to start the second quarter.
3rd and long. There was only 2 plays they were going to call. Draw a screen, and the New England defense was in such retreat, it allowed the runner to pick up all those extra yards after the catch.
3rd and 30. They pick up 29 yards.
And I know what everybody's saying. They called a timeout to call that defense, but it was soft. Give credit to the runner that time.
And that'll end the first quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter.
29 yards to Bell. 4th and inches coming up when we start the second quarter. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Mike Tomlin is going to go for it here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, listen, this is, to me, an easy call. You go for it in this situation. You're on the 42-yard line. You're going against a defense that you know that you can run the football on. The only thing you have to be careful of, if you call a play up the middle, make sure they're not stacking the middle to stop it. And that's what they're lining up in. They're thinking you're going to run right up inside.
It's Bell trying to dive underneath.
I think he's going to get it. The good thing that Ben Roethlisberger did that time, he went on a quick count. That helped because they did not win pushing with the center to 2 guards up front.
The Patriots had brought out Isaac Sopowaga, number 90, who they had just traded for on the final day of trading allowed this year. This season on Tuesday. Got him from Philadelphia, longtime member of the 49ers, and he was in there trying to plug the middle, which they did.
It's going to be close. Much closer than I thought.
First down.
You see the defensive linemen all inside. 3 of them in there. Can't tell. Boy, Chris Jones, what a job getting in the backfield that time and almost creates a big play in this game.
Never a doubt as far as Ben was concerned.
Here we go. Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert! Break it.
It's Bell. We go outside and a lean for 1. Hey, tomorrow, Melissa McCarthy and Billy Gardell. Billy was on the NFL Today with the gang today. They're back tomorrow in a new Mike and Molly season premiere, 9/8 Central, only CBS.
Yeah, he was firing the guys up, and in just my opinion, I didn't think he yelled at them enough.
Well, he was wearing at the top, he was wearing Patriot gear. Of course, he is a diehard Steeler fan. As Brady been sitting for a while now, as Pittsburgh was able to extend this drive after it faced 3rd and 30. Well, it's 2nd and 10. Lobbing that one right over the top, and it's Miller near another first. Good for 9.
Yeah, good job. Just run the outside receiver down the field, and then if the guy covering the outside receiver, that time it was Will Johnson, nobody there to cover Heath Miller.
No huddle for Pittsburgh. 3rd and 1. And the last Bell to get it again as he drives. You ready to see another 4th and in less than a foot?
Well, if it's short, they'll go for it again.
And the officials don't even need a measurement. He's spotted right at the 32.
Well, it's an easy decision and would not second guess Mike Tomlin here. I'm a pretty conservative guy when it comes to these game decisions, but I would go for it here on 4th down to pick it up.
We're going to call a timeout here. The play clock was down to about 4 seconds. Once again, the Steelers are going to go for it on 4th and about the length of a football, you say. And they have Will Johnson at fullback. Le'Veon Bell, the tailback. Would have been about a 49, 50-yard field goal try to go that way. Instead, it's Bell up the middle, and no time, no chance this time as he is stopped for a loss. Hightower and Chris Jones, the rookie, and there's Fletcher. And the Patriots stop him well short. Knock him back a yard.
Well, they're in the Buddy Ryan defense. Cover the 3 inside linemen. Watch Dante Hightower take on Will Johnson. That in 94. Chris Jones, the rookie, spins off the block. A Foster gets in there. No chance.
Ridley. Turns out about 5, maybe 6.
You know, you got to look at that one. They got a plan. They were playing for an up-the-middle run. They got what they wanted. They have 2 linebackers that weigh over 260 pounds for New England. It's like having 5 defensive linemen over the guards and the center.
Go!
Actually give him 4, 2nd and 6. Go right back to him. Big lane. Ridley to midfield. As Dan Connolly helped open up a huge hole for 13.
Watch the linemen all work down the line of scrimmage. Dan Connolly didn't have to block anybody. It's something we see now that we never saw in the past. Safeties, defensive backs for the Steelers missing tackles. Ryan Clark that time gave up extra yards.
94.
You come up when you run so fast, you can't stop and make the tackle.
Play action. Going back to the left side. Omenawanui for 17.
Really well done. They get you thinking, hurry up. It's almost always a run, but when they do throw it, they're looking to go deep down the field. Nobody's open, and Tom Brady takes the undercover tight end for the first down.
Well, Ryan Clark is hurt, and he goes to the sideline as he tried to make the first contact with the backup tight end, Omenawanui. First down from the 33, and Ridley is wrapped up right away by Cameron Hayward. Holds him to 1. Here's what happened with Ryan Clark.
Trying to tackle a big man. They catch helmets and gets his leg caught under him too.
Coming in for him is Shamarko Thomas, a rookie from Syracuse. 2nd and 9. And Gronkowski. And they go right to the rookie. Try to challenge Thomas, who was on Gronkowski, and it's a first down, New England.
Boy, does he look good. What a target. His speed always surprises you. I was expecting in some situations to see Cortez Allen, who's big and tall, going against Gronkowski. Haven't seen it so far today. If you let him run down the field untouched, you got no chance.
Gronkowski already 5 catches, 91. 1st and 10, over the top. They go. Gronkowski is over 100 and over the goal line for the touchdown. Right between Jarvis Jones and Troy Polamalu.
It's the #1 play. Anytime they get inside the 30, they like to try to score on the first play. It's usually a seam to a tight end, especially the tight ends. And why not look for Rob Gronkowski, the best red zone receiver in the NFL?
Flag right where the ball was caught.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 43, the defense. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Touchdown.
Play action pass, give more space to Tom Brady. Troy Polamalu trying to come over and make the hit. Jarvis Jones, no chance to cover him. And a little bit of a launch, leading with the helmet up to the neck or head area. That's why it was a 15-yard penalty.
But Gronkowski was targeted 17 times when he returned 2 weeks ago, caught 8 balls against the Jets. But last week, he definitely just was not himself again. In fact, he set out much of the second half. He's held to 2 catches. But today he is looking like the Gronkowski of a year ago and the year before that. He's got 6 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. And it's 14-0 Patriots.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Fidelity Investments. Take control of your personal economy. Pepsi, live for now. And by Universal Pictures, The Best Man Holiday, rated R, in theaters November 15th.
Remember, because of the penalty on Polamalu, the ball is going to be kicked off at the 50. Gronkowski just tied Moss for Brady's favorite go-to guy for touchdowns. 39th for Gronkowski.
Jim, be alert. 50-yard line. You can pooch this down. They decide just to kick it off through the end zone.
Hey, by the way, tomorrow morning on the CBS This Morning, what do Tom Brady and the conductor of the New York Philharmonic have in common? More than you might think. Tom Brady will show us on CBS This Morning. Charlie and Nora and Gail and all the crew watch the fastest rising show in morning television tomorrow for that story.
Well, a couple things. Tom Brady having time, throwing the football down the field. If I was Pittsburgh, I think I would come up with a new plan. get double coverage or put a different guy on Rob Gronkowski, everything is going his way.
Felix Jones is the running back. The fake to Jones. And they lob it over to him for only about 2 at the most.
Well, Jim, let's go back and look at the touchdown real quick. Gronkowski's going to go down the seam here and beats the one-on-one coverage. Usually they throw to the top to the 2 tight ends. That kind of fooled the defense. Coverage was not good, and Pittsburgh going to the no-huddle offense, trying to change the rhythm of this game.
Yeah, they're getting forward progress up to about the 23, so it's actually 2nd and 7. Empty backfield. One-on-one coverage. Roethlisberger connects with Sanders. And Emmanuel Sanders able to beat Kyle Arrington for a big one.
You can try these almost any time you want. Top of the screen. Why? Because the Patriots have been bumping and running all receivers just about in every game. And we said it already, the speed outside of the Steelers. Antonio Brown, Emmanuel Sanders, they're tough to cover on those kind of routes.
That goes for 42 for Sanders, who was given an offer sheet by the Patriots in the offseason. He was a restricted free agent. Pittsburgh came back and matched it. First and 10 to go back to the sideline. Brown snags it, and Antonio Brown falls at the 17. Dinnard in the area on the coverage.
Really good read by Ben Roethlisberger. He was expecting a blitz. Stephen Gregory faked it, so he alerted Antonio Brown, and he'll throw it while the defender's not looking. Worked that time for the Steelers.
In the red zone now. 3rd time overall they've been on the New England side of the field. They lost a fumble. They got stopped on a 4th and 1. The other 2 trips to New England territory. Roethlisberger goes to the end zone, incomplete. He's going back to Sanders.
Beautiful throw, great idea. It just shows you too, the New England Patriots are throwing these type of routes to Rob Gronkowski. I know it's outside, but that's the one little drawback to this receiving core right now for the Steelers. No big guys to go down the seams or outside to reach up and just overpower the defender to get those catches.
Ben might have thought he had it. His next touchdown pass will be number 200 in his career. 2nd and 10, and Felix Jones takes that little crease for 5 down to the 12-yard line. Ben is at 199 all time, which ties him with the man to my left in the booth, Mr. Phil Simms. I'd like to go back and review all your game films and see if we can find one in there that somehow you didn't get credit for, man.
Yeah.
Got to get you to 200.
Okay. Well, I like his chances of passing me, that's for sure. But this is a big series. They really don't need, of course, a field goes points, changes momentum a little, but they got to show a play that maybe the Patriots haven't seen to get a score.
3rd and 5. And Roethlisberger back to the end zone, over the head. Sanders on that right side again.
Well, they were going to make him throw outside. It is a nice double move by Sanders. It is open for the touchdown, and Roethlisberger just a little too much on the football. Maybe trying to be too careful. That was a good design, and that was an excellent play call by Todd Haley.
It's going to be a 30-yard field goal try by Sweezum, who's been so good as a Steeler until last week when he missed 2 short ones. And the kick by Sweezum is good. The hold was by McBriar. First time those 2 have teamed up. Steelers are on the board. 14-3 New England. Well, the Steelers covered 68 yards in 7 plays. They actually had Sanders open on the 3rd down.
Really good thought process, a little hitch and go down near the goal line. Don't see that a lot from a receiver in that position. And big miss, really was. That was a chance to tighten this game up.
LeGarrette Blunt will take a knee. And we'll remind you, coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon Boomer, and Coach Cower. They're ready to give you the scores and the highlights. Tell you what's happening out there, like Tampa winning at Seattle. And Nick Foles has thrown 4 touchdowns for Philadelphia out at Oakland. Campbell looking good again for Cleveland. He's thrown a couple of touchdowns over Baltimore right now. All that coming up on the Verizon halftime report.
Well, I know this. When you look at this New England offense, Tom Brady's got some rhythm throwing the football. They're getting open, and he's getting protected.
Ryan Clark is back in the secondary for Pittsburgh after being shaken up. Swing it over to Ridley. Does not catch it that often out of the backfield. It's just the 7th reception of the year for Ridley, and it's good for 3 yards.
Well, Tom Brady's having some flashbacks going. Yeah, this is the way it used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, really, it's the trees. And, you know, he feels it. The football's coming out of his hand clean.
Here's Ridley. They got hands on him really quickly. Only 1. With last week's victory over Miami, we mentioned it toward the end of that game, Bill Belichick became just the 3rd coach to go 100 games over 500 for his career. That's all things in. Postseason, regular season, not only here but also at Cleveland. 2-11 and 1-11. Joining Shula and Hallis. 3rd and 6. Brady's hit his last 6 passes. Take a 7. Gronkowski again for a first down.
Good coverage. I mean, a good throw, good route. It's just Gronkowski just so big. Watching coming from the right side. Now they got Cortez Allen on him. He hit him at the line of scrimmage. But Gronkowski is an expert. Right before he makes the cut, uses those hands or whatever, throws a hip at you, pushes off, and gets that little separation. That's all he needs.
You said Brady's starting to say, hey, this feels like it used to.
Oh,
Gronkowski's saying the same thing. On first down, open at the 35. Amendola again rolling free. And where is the coverage?
It's the old deep cross that time. Amendola in the slot coming all the way across. Edelman crosses the field, and nobody picks up Amendola. Boy, big mistakes, another mistake. I don't know how many I've seen by the secondary of the Steeler defense, but it's quite a few.
57 yards to Amendola.
And now they can't get the players on the field to be ready for the quick snap.
So the Steelers call timeout.
Timeout. Pittsburgh.
And, you know, Jim, that's not like a play that you don't see all the time in the NFL. Receivers cross it in front. The Patriots came up with this play about 4 years ago. Everybody's copied it. You see it all the time. Maybe not every week, but every other week. And nobody covering the primary receiver.
Amendola talking to his position coach, Chad O'Shea. He's tried to put together a very young and new group here in New England in the receiving corps. We talked about Belichick 100 games over 500. Brady is the only quarterback ever over 100 games above 500. He's 101 wins over 142 and 41. You saw the others that are just behind. Manning and Favre. Here's first and goal, Ridley. And it's Timmons as he was tangled up with Mankins in there. Gain of about a yard.
Kind of reminds me of the way the Patriots used to play this Pittsburgh defense. They would just say, the heck with running the football. We are going to throw it. It worked, and the Steelers kind of fixed their problems and started pressuring the wide receivers. That's kind of worked for them today when they pressure the wide receivers. But like we have seen, when they're off, man, they're wide open.
Dobson, the rookie, wide to the right. Edelman in a slot right. 2nd and goal. Is sacked by Hayward back at the 18, and that's something Hayward talked about last night with us.
Yeah, he did. He needed to come up with a way to get to the quarterback, and he comes around, just keeps working. That's the big plus. He's a big man who is greatly conditioned and can run and work full speed the whole game. That's the way Mike Tomlin described him. He goes, I can overpower people. I need a second move, and that time just worked his way inside.
Very smart young man, excellent student at Ohio State, and the son of the late Craig Ironhead Hayward. And he got it all the way to about the 2, running behind Nate Solder.
How about that? What a gaping hole. Everybody playing pass, and a good job of breaking down at the end by the Steelers secondary. Troy Polamalu was going to at least stop the touchdown.
To bring out Gostowski for what is about a extra point distance here. On the hold will be Ryan Allen. Danny Aiken on the snap. We'll call it 20. And it's good. Gostowski now 21 of 22 on the season. And it's a 17-3 New England lead inside 4 minutes first half.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Toyota Care. Scheduled maintenance, no cost. And by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV.
The World Series trophy, the world champion Red Sox, well represented here today. Guest of Robert Kraft, who is there with the president of the Patriots, Jonathan Kraft.
Yeah, it was kind of neat watching the Patriots players and coaches really enjoy the moment, shaking their hands. All of them had. Bill Belichick never smiles on that sideline. He was shaking everybody's hands. It was a pretty good moment.
Stepping up is Sanders to about the 9-yard line, and he blitzes ahead to the 29. Been a pretty good little stretch up here in the New England area. Talking Super Bowls, that stretch beginning in 01. And now the Red Sox, 2004, 2007. And just days ago, champions again. First and 10. Hopping around. And Polano and a few others. Chandler Jones have hold of him after 3.
Yeah, take what's there. You know, that's one thing about the offense. Run the system. That time I thought Bell jumped outside. Should have just taken it where he saw it. Yeah, Spikes was going to go in there and hit him, but he was going to pick up 4 or 5 yards.
Well, this kind of no-huddle approach worked quite well for Pittsburgh the last time it had it. Drive that eventually broke down and led to a field goal. Open in the flat, it's Miller. Spikes. Tackles him, but not until the Steelers have a first down. Gain of 11. Tonight on 60 Minutes, Alabama, #1 in college football. Their secret, well, of course, it all begins with Coach Nick Saban. You'll find out more about the coach tonight on 60 Minutes. Jonathan Dwyer now enters the game in the backfield for Pittsburgh. And here is Dwyer. Dwyer to the 40. McCourty, he stiff arms McCourty and then gets wrapped up from behind by Dennard. He ran behind both Belcham and Foster.
Yeah, really good job. Ramon Foster just seals it inside, and that time Beachum, good job of kicking out. And you see Jonathan Dwyer get in the backfield. There's no fooling around. He's going to run it at you.
Well, nice job by, I should say, Kelvin Beachum. We met with him last night, the left tackle.
And played all 5 positions of the offensive line, Jim.
Great young man out of SMU. Gain of 30 by Dwyer. That's the longest rush of the season for the Steelers. At the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. The Verizon halftime report just a few minutes away. Back to New York and the complete wrap-up of the action today, led by James Brown and the crew. 4th time today Pittsburgh's been on the New England side, but so far only managing a field goal. First and 10. Going for the big ball to Brown. He's open. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, one of the big keys to this game today, the Steelers said we have to make big plays down the sideline. We saw one earlier to Sanders. That time Antonio Brown against Dennard. There's no faking. He's got the slot receiver, gives him a little extra room. Really well designed. Here he comes this way. When you do it from the inside, gives you that extra room, and that was a absolutely perfect throw by Ben Roethlisberger.
Antonio Brown, his third touchdown catch of the season. And Ben Roethlisberger becomes the 6th quarterback with 200 touchdown passes and 2 Super Bowl rings. Number 200.
There you go. He kept the ball too, by the way.
Yeah, you know, he wasn't even aware of it last night when we sat down and talked to him about it.
Really?
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah, I thought that.
And he doesn't keep anything. You were asking him, do you have any mementos? And how about that? Good job by Antonio Brown.
Now, he talked about maybe pointing up to you in the press box and saying, see ya.
Yeah, that's right. No, he didn't. But
what a number that is. Well, wait a minute.
Oh,
there it is. Wait a He is.
Well, it just shows you, really, to do it that quick, to be to 3 Super Bowls. He's been really an outstanding quarterback, and man, he had some rhythm and some throws that time.
I take it that was more out of appreciation and respect for you. That was not.
Well, I don't know.
It was not a trash talk.
You guys were egging him on.
We were having some fun.
Having some fun with it, so.
Coming to Blunt. He's going to try to run it back. And in traffic, he's down at the 24. I mentioned the 202 rings. That's Brady, Elway, Montana, Manning, Bradshaw, and now Ben Roethlisberger. And you said it, they're not really that keen on keeping game balls.
Yeah.
That's something that you go back through the Tomlin era, they don't really recognize a lot of that.
In Pittsburgh, they count Super Bowl trophies. They're not worried about passing titles and all that stuff.
Here's Ridley. As the Patriots give you a little strategy here with 1:40 to go in the half and 2 timeouts.
Well, you do both. Why do they run it on first down? They want to work the clock a little bit to make sure if they don't get a first down, it hurts the Steelers in trying to get points that they have to punt it away.
That's going to be just enough, I believe, for the first down by Ridley. And they're going to move the chains.
Now, once they do that, and now they know the clock is definitely on their side, I think they'll spread out and try to push the football down the field. 2 timeouts to go. Plenty of time to at least try to get into field goal range.
From the gun. And sliding free himself incomplete. And that was intended for Dobson. We got a flag coming from way back at the far side 40.
I saw Troy Polamalu again. He saw the quarterback. He saw the receiver.
Pass interference, 43. Defense. Well, we play for the final foul. First down.
Let's see. So far, Polamalu's had a offsides, a personal foul penalty, and now this one.
He's trying to read it. Comes across. Oh, yes, it's pass interference. I'm going to say, if he'd have been running straight to where the football was, that would not have been a penalty because he has every right to try to catch it like a receiver, but he reacted to Dobson that time.
First and 10. And a good tackle on Dobson by William Gay.
It's a good job. Don't call the timeout because you want to keep the defense thinking they can't make personnel changes, and generally in a hurry up, defenses tend to get more conservative.
2nd and 4, and wide of Dobson this time. Gay on the coverage.
So you go back. We saw it last week with Bill Belichick using the wind, calling timeouts, getting an easy field goal try, and just the way they started the 2-minute drive. First, protect it a little bit to make sure you don't give it back to the other team, and then once you get that first down, now you can go full steam ahead and take advantage of the time and the timeouts.
After 9 straight completions, that last throw ends the longest streak of the season so far for Brady.
4 down! 93 down!
He's got a 3rd and 4. And here goes the blitz, picked up, got the first down to Dobson, who spins away and is pushed out by Polamalu at the 30. He spun away from William McGay, picks up 16.
Yeah, that's a blitz inside. Excellent pickup and a really good throw to the outside shoulder. William Gay trying to be aggressive, but the throw was in the right spot. Dobson, physical receiver, catches it and gets a first down.
Pats are over 300 yards for the game. They've had 4 games this year where they never even reached 300. As Brady goes over the head of Dobson. Yeah, they're operating, and you detected it really early in this game, Phil. It's looking like the way they used to move the ball up and down the field, and Brady's at 252 in this first half.
Yeah, after last week throwing the football, 116 yards last week, but Gronkowski being more involved, and it helps, Jim, that you're going against a defense that's the 2nd worst in the NFL when it comes to sacking the quarterback. So they knew they could protect him. Let's take some chances and throw it down the field.
2nd and 10, draw, hold it. Got another first down inside the 20. This will bring a timeout. Leaves New England with one timeout, 24 seconds. And Gronkowski, big part of it, 7 catches, 119 yards and a touchdown.
Well, the game plan was just throw it to the big guy. You know, it's kind of a play on things when Kellen Winslow cut all those passes down the playoff game in Miami. But Gronkowski looking healthy, fresh, and fast. So now, practice time, a couple games under his belt. He's ready to become the player that we saw in the previous years of his career.
To the end zone, and incomplete. Gronkowski, oh, the flag is out. He had a step on Shamarko Thomas, the rookie.
He did. As he went to go for the catch, it looked like he kind of lost his balance a little bit. That's why Thomas was hitting him.
Pass interference, number 29, defense. Foul occurred in the end zone. We'll place the ball at the 1-yard line. First down.
Ball at the 1 with 18 seconds.
Look, he's going to run right under this and get him. It's, the pull of the jersey. But it's because I thought he looked a little jerky as he's getting ready to catch the football, and that's why. That is a good call. You see the jersey being pulled, and somebody agrees with the officials.
Ridley, the tailback.
What a drive.
Who has scored touchdowns the last 3 games. They fake it to him. Brady over the top and over the head of Gronkowski. And again, 13 seconds and the 1 timeout. So what do you do here? You've got that timeout. You could still run the football if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can. But you use the timeout, and most likely, I think you're going to only have time for 1 more play. So that makes running the football, you better score on this play. Running the next play could be dangerous.
They're going to run it. It's Ridley, and he has scored for the 3rd straight week.
It's always the same. Tom Brady does all the little things to give his team the best advantage. And I'm not overstating it. The quick snap count, it does help situations like this. You know, the defense wants a snap count to really get geared up and be ready for it. But at the last second, he goes to that guy in motion, then goes, sit hut, and it's quick. The defense doesn't pressure the line of scrimmage, and Ridley, good job of being physical.
Didn't take long to match the Pittsburgh touchdown. Gostkowski makes it 24-10. 77 yards they traveled in 1 minute and 45. Aided by a couple of pass interference penalties.
Well, that'll take the steam out of everything for the Pittsburgh Steelers going in at halftime. And this is just a different offense we're seeing so far today from the Patriots. Very aggressive. and taking advantage of the pass protection. You got to admit, you're a fan. Heard it all week long from the people up here. Tom Brady has great rhythm and throwing the football right on target. A little scratch on that hand. Now listen, you know, we saw it last week, and he was telling, what do you say, Jim? Everybody now is an expert about how my hand looks. Well, it was swollen last week, noticeably not as swollen this week. And
what was it you said that you know the Steelers defense when you talk to Tom like the back of your hand? Is that somebody walked in?
I don't know if I said that, but you did.
That was a good one. Remember, the Steelers won the toss and wanted the football, so New England will have first possession of the second half. Here comes a Gostowski kick with 10 seconds. And the hop into the hands of Dwyer. It's Slater on him. Tackled at the 24.
In the old days, when you played the Patriots, you would let them have the football first, Jim. So, or old days, last year, where they wouldn't finish the first half with the football maybe and then get it back to back, and they could really win the football game with those two drives. But the way their offense has been playing this year, I'm sure the Steelers did not have that thought.
You seem very sentimental today. You know, you're talking about the old days, Brady like the old days, and maybe it's because it's your birthday today. So Lance Barrow, Mike Arnold, the whole crew, they're all telling me, go ahead, wish him now on behalf of all of us. And that we do.
Y'all wearing me out with this birthday.
24-10 is the score at halftime. Patriots on top by 2 touchdowns. They put up 318 yards in that first half. Tomlin still challenging some of the penalties and calls in that first half. We'll be back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. We're back at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. 24-10, New England. Third quarter about to begin, and let's take a look at the first half performance presented by Intel. Tom Brady, 252 yards in that first half. 2 touchdowns, one to Amendola, one to Gronkowski. And we'll be seeing Gronkowski, Brady, and the Patriots receiving the second half kickoff. And what do you see going into the third?
Well, I just think this. The Steelers, to get back in this game, their defense has to do something differently. So the only way they're going to get to Tom Brady probably and slow this passing attack down, they're going to have to blitz. They don't have pass rushers that can do it on their own. So you got to trick up the defense and see if you can make it work.
Brady has had success against this Steeler defense through the years. And you take the last 3.5 games now against them. And, of course, many of those 3 games were against #1 ranked defenses. He's thrown 11 touchdowns and no picks in the last 3.5 games against them. So squeeze him. You'll see this one run back by Blunt. One step out of the end zone and across the 20. And a flag is out as he's chopped up by Sweezum and Kochery.
Holding, number 27 of the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
First half summary. Again, Pittsburgh was hopeful we could get off to a good start. Down big last week at Oakland. And tried to chip away, came up short in that second half. There's the touchdown to Brown. Brady and company, the most yards they've had in a first half regular season game since they had that snow game. We were here against Tennessee back in October of '09. The game, Patriots won 59-0 as Ridley's got a quick 11.
Well, when you go against this Steelers defensive front, one thing you could always count on when they had Casey Hampton, Brett Kiesel, Aaron Smith, that you couldn't run the football on them. And now they're 27th ranked in the NFL against the rush.
98! Wait, 20!
Ball is dropped by Edelman. First time they threw it to Edelman today. Well, things certainly changed after the intermission last week. Miami was dominating that game, and then the second half was 24-0 Patriots. And today in the first half, again, over 300. They had failed to hit 300 yards total offense one time in 32 games in recent years, but 4 times this year alone. But motoring along today as they give Ridley another 5.
You can hear him yelling, he moved, and they're right. The tight end that time, Manawanui, moved just before the snap count. I was looking for you to give me praise because I said his name right.
I was about to.
But watch number 47. He definitely took off before the ball was snapped.
No flag. And Bolden is the tailback, flanking his quarterback, 3rd down and 6.
93!
Blitz is picked up. Brady has Amendola for the 1st down. And they're taking advantage of Shamarko Thomas. Goes for 10.
Yeah, they sure are. You know, with Ryan Clark out, a safety playing a wide receiver. What a nice move by Amendola. The release turned him around and no chance to cover him outside. The Patriots doing a couple good things. You know who they want to throw the football to? They're the ones off the line of scrimmage, so you can't hit them before they take off.
Fake to Ridley. And Kiesel coming in on Brady. He got it away in time. Ball comes out. They say it was a catch. As Mankins gives a shove to Vince Williams. And they're going to rule it Pittsburgh football. Woodley recovered it.
Tom Brady was pressured. Troy Polamalu, the big hit, and he rips his hands through there and gets it out before the Ridley is down.
Just before the elbow touch.
Yes, good job. Now the big thing is Stephen Ridley looks it's pretty close. He could have been out of bounds. What'd you think? Was that foot?
I think his heel was off the ground. And I think it was a better view. Yep.
Yep, you're right, Jim.
So, of course, all turnovers are reviewed, and that's what they're doing here at Gillette Stadium.
First off is the left heel inbounds, and it's a nice shot here. The heel does not touch. Plenty of green underneath that foot. And then Troy Polamalu, nice job squaring up and just rakes the football away from Stephen Ridley.
After reviewing the play, previous play is confirmed. Catch, fumble, recovery by the defense inbounds. 1st down for Pittsburgh.
It all started with Kiesel, the pressure on Brady.
It sure did, Jim. 99, Brett Kiesel, here he is. Works down the line, then Nate Solder throws him down. Tom Brady has an open receiver coming from his left, wide open. I think it was Edelman, but has to move, and that movement got that Steeler defense in position to get a big turnover, of course.
Forced by Polamalu. Ridley, the 2nd lost fumble of the season. Just what the Steelers needed to do to start this second half, down a couple of touchdowns.
They put the running back out there. He knows it's zone coverage now.
Takes right, goes left. It's Bell.
Clever play.
He ran behind Fernando Velasco, the center over there, helping out.
How about that? Fernando Velasco, they pick him up as a free agent, number 61. The fake wide receiver screen, throw it backside. Wonderful block by Velasco to allow Bell to get those yards.
Gives him 9, and it's about a foot to go for a first down.
Hey, let's go. Single. Hey, that's the Mike.
Let's go, hurry. Come on.
Trying to pick up that foot. They've got it with ease. Bell squirts through for about 6. Right up the middle behind the center, Velasco, who you talked about the problems with the offensive line, but he's been a pleasant find after he got cut, surprisingly, by the Tennessee Titans.
Comes in on a Monday morning, starts, of course, the following week, gets caught up on the offense and has learned to be a leader in there and call out the pass protections for Ben Roethlisberger, doing it right now.
Ninkovich limped off the field after that play. First down in the red zone for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger looking, and dives ahead. It'll go as a sack for Chandler Jones. And a loss of 1.
Best thing here is coverage down the field, very good. Nobody's open. Roethlisberger looks everywhere but gets both hands on that football before contact.
And there's Ninkovich. We said he was injured on the previous play. And he's a guy that creates so many problems, including that strip sack fumble early in the game. Second sack of the game, meanwhile, for Chandler Jones. Makes it 2nd and 11. Down the field to Bell, and it's off the back of Hightower.
They got what they wanted. Big linebackers, Spikes, Hightower, throwing the football down the sideline, and Ben Roethlisberger makes a good decision. Throw it low, tries to throw it just behind, but misses by about a foot. They wanted to get running backs matched up against those linebackers, and if you get them outside, that is the best.
3rd and 11. Stepping up, going to the end zone. Ball is caught. What a catch! Patry with the touchdown.
Beautiful touch on the throw. Threw it behind on purpose, and Jericho Patry reacts. But how about the work in the pocket? This is good. Moving, kept his hands on the football, and threw it back door. And Patry makes the adjustment.
A 20-yard touchdown on a 3rd and 11 play.
I'll tell you again, they are wired with these receivers. Roethlisberger, good job of throwing the wide receiver open.
Takeaway points for Pittsburgh. Polamalu forced it, and the old Jet Patry once had a long touchdown here as a member of Gang Green. Gets this one from 20 out for the Steelers.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Allstate. Are you in good hands? And by Chili's. $20 dinner for 2.
And aerial coverage of today's game is provided by MetLife. Steelers didn't even have any takeaway points through the first 6 games of the season. They had 10 last week at Oakland as they tried to mount the big rally. Came up 3 points short, but they get 7 off the takeaway this time. And again, short kick will be run back by Slater, and he's wedged in at about the 14-yard line.
Well, Jim, let's look at the touchdown. The Patriots defense, they like to double cover the guys they think are the most dangerous. The outside receivers, that is Antonio Brown and Emmanuel Sanders. So watch Patry right in the middle. Little move here, goes down the middle. It's just him and Kyle Arrington, and a wonderful job by Ben Roethlisberger. Working in the pocket, 2 hands on the football. How about that? Bumps into the guys, doesn't even affect him. And makes a beautiful throw with great touch.
He just bounced off his left tackle, Beacham, and now has 2 touchdown passes for the second time in a game this season. In fact, now 22 straight games. His longest career active streak of throwing a touchdown. And here's the handoff to Ridley. Up the middle into the arms of Vince Williams, and only a gain of about 3.
You know, we see it so much. When the offense scores, it just gives life to the defense, and you feel like you can be aggressive and maybe take a calculated risk the right way. So they're not even lined up here. Nobody covering Gronkowski on the outside.
Yeah, he's at the bottom of your screen on 2nd and 7. Brady looks that way, and instead he goes underneath to Ridley, who's tackled by Timmons 2 yards shy of the first.
Cameron Hayward that time once again back there hitting Tom Brady. Boy, the Steelers, we've seen it a lot today. Oh boy, I thought he was going to get his arm hit. That's Woodley and Cameron Hayward both getting in there.
Woodley tapped him on the elbow, but the pass somehow still went through. Pickup of about 5, and it's a 3rd and 2. Down the sideline, and the ball is incomplete. Trying to go back shoulder to Dobson and William Gay on the coverage, and the Patriots a 3 and out.
Yeah, I was looking. Here it is, a 3rd down. They've had so much success throwing to Gronkowski, but he was not even in there that time in the lineup. Rookie wide receiver. Not adept yet at catching those back shoulder throws. Going when you're covered, look for the football to be thrown behind. He was not ready for it.
And you saw Tomlin fired up about his defense. It's already had a takeaway, and now a 3 and out forced. Tomlin did a good job fielding that snap. Antonio Brown at the 30. Now reverses field. He's past the 40. And over to the New England side at the 46. 47-yard punt, but a 24-yard run back. Pretty nifty move by Antonio Brown. And the Steelers are set up on the New England side. Down 7, 3rd quarter. And look at this little nugget. This isn't starting in New England territory, but this is eventually getting on that side of the field for the 6th time.
Yeah, it is. You remember we did a Pittsburgh Steelers game a few weeks ago. They had the worst starting field position in the NFL. It has gotten better for them in the last few weeks.
Andre Carter on the field for Ninkovich, who has a foot injury, questionable. Over to Bell, he waits, finds an open, the flag is out as the rookie takes it to about the 39.
Illegal block in the back, number 61, offense. 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Called on Velasco. We've got an update. Let's send it down the road to New York to James Brown and Shannon Sharp.
Holes and the history book.
Yes, JB, for the 2nd time this season, the quarterback has thrown 7 TD passes. Nick Foles, with 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, now 1 minute left, he has 7 TD passes, 49-13, Philly over Oakland.
Wow. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
What in the name of Joe Cap is going on here? It had been 40-something years from Cap until Peyton came along the first game of the season, and now Foles. They were looking for a franchise quarterback, their owner said this week.
That's what I heard. How's that?
1st and 20. A draw. And a big run by Bell. And Bell chopped up at about the 32. Heath Miller helped clear that whole right side.
Yeah, they're playing pass all the way. Nobody's looking in the backfield. Watch the blocks inside. Velasco gets a nice block. And so does Marcus Gilbert, the right tackle, and Le'Veon Bell shows he's got some speed to get out there and get it done. And what a shift in this football game. You think there's no way. Well, we all thought no way the Steelers could come back. Turnover, stop the offense, and here we go.
That was a 25-yard run. And quickly to Miller to the 16. And the Steeler fans are heard here.
Yeah, Heath Miller trying to get back to full speed. I love this play. A little fake and throw to the slot receiver. Everybody think it's going to be a handoff. Stephen Gregory's down.
The signal caller on the defense for the Patriots clutching his right wrist. This is a defense that has already again mentioned earlier. Ninkovich injured in this half and questionable to return. Colley on the offensive side, knee injury, not going to return. They bring a new helmet out for Hightower, so he'll be the new signal caller on defense.
Look at those total yards so far here since the first quarter. A lot of yards. Stephen Gregory, not a good sign. They covered his hand up as they walk him off the field.
Now they replace Gregory with Deron Harmon, a rookie out of Rutgers. The Steelers come off a 15-yard gain to Miller and are set up first down at the 16. Going toward the end zone, over the head of Bell, and no flag. Covered by Dante Hightower. Chris Jones at the bottom of that pile.
Second time, Dante Hightower, good coverage down the field.
They go with an empty backfield on 2nd and 10. Completion down to about the 8-yard line with Antonio Brown. It'll be 3rd and a long 2. They went to Brown, who was covered by Harmon. Harmon having just come in for Gregory. Now what will they do on 3rd and short? 3rd and 2 from inside the 10.
Well, don't forget now, the defense you're going against, they're playing pass. You could run this football twice. Running back's pretty deep right here.
They're going to throw it to the end zone and open for the touchdown. And once again, it's Cotchery. An extra point away from tying it.
Well, they find out he is single covered once again. Did not know the football that time was going to get over the top, but it does. Cotchery just releases outside. They have him so far in the formation, gave him a lot of room to work with, and that little hesitation gets him around that time. Ryan for the touchdown.
3rd touchdown pass for Ben, who that time exploited the rookie Logan Ryan. And Cotchery with 2 touchdown catches in a span of 3 minutes and 52 seconds. You talked about at the top, this is a desperate team that has to win today. And they've come from 14 down at halftime to tie it mid-3rd at New England.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz and the all-new CLA. And by Pfizer.
We're back here with a tie game as Belichick visits with the defense.
Got to give a lot of credit to Steelers. The last couple touchdowns, they know that Cotchery is the single receiver, Jim. They designed the play to throw it to his way, and the Patriots double covered the other 2 wide receivers.
Block from 1 yard back. Trying to bust through a tiny opening to about the 26. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Phil, on Monday QB. Gonna have a special guest, Gary Danielson, joining the crew. You, Steve Berline, Rich Gannon, Adam Shine. 6:30 Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Check out these quarterback numbers.
Yeah, big numbers. Looks like last year for both of them. High completion percentage, big yards every time they throw it.
Play action up top. Gronkowski hit after he catches it by Ryan Clark, but holds on. But limping off.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, when you catch the football down the middle now, these defensive backs, they are getting trained to tackle low. So I saw it about 3 times today, Jim, with receivers, and he's had a lot of injuries over the last year, and here we go. Now you got to worry about his knee.
Of course, forearm and back issues he's had to contend with already.
False start, number 70, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Beautiful play action fake, gets him wide open. Oh, he hits him right in the thigh, but it's just the force of it that jars his right leg. Not going to speculate what it is, but that was a clean hit by Ryan Clark.
43, by 20.
On 1st and 15 to Edelman, who's got it at the 48. His first catch.
Notice this the last couple weeks that they are doing this more. Condense the formation. Everybody goes down inside, and they're throwing these outcuts to the wide receivers against the coverage that's off, and they're good at it.
Gain of 11, 2nd and 4, Ridley. Weaves through a heavily populated area and picks up first.
And just a quick snap count. The hurry-up offense, it's almost always a zone run to the outside. The offensive line just works in unison one way. The running back waits for a little spot or space to cut it up in there.
Ridley with 8 on that carry, now 66 yards and a touchdown. First down, they fake to him. Down the middle, incomplete to Dobson.
That's where they really got to win. Even though they're having success throwing the football outside today, better than I've seen them have all year long, you have everybody inside the numbers on the field. Your wide receiver has to strike a little fear in the defensive back where he gives you a cushion. Should have been an easy throw and catch.
Gronkowski trying to stretch it out, walk it off. And you know he's set up for so much earlier in the year. He wants to get back out. 2nd and 10. Draw Ridley. And here he goes again, spinning to within about a yard of the first.
Beautiful job by the left side of the offensive line. Nate Solder and Logan Mankins. Again, making sure the running back wasn't going to get run down from behind by the formation.
3rd and 1, wasting no time. Ridley. And Polamalu rides him down, but the 2-yard gain picks up the first down. For a minute, I thought the Steelers might get him behind the line. With NFL Mobile, you can get live video access to exclusive premium content on your smartphone. Call Star NFL to download or go to NFL.com/mobile to learn more.
Gronkowski now back in the game.
He has 8 catches. And having his biggest game as a Patriot.
Tom Brady gets pressure, unblocked lineman right at him, stands in there and rifles it down the field. What they're good at. That's Hayward again for about the 3rd or 4th time. They are an excellent seam-throwing football team. The inside receiver going right up the field.
22 for Amendola, and Ridley rides it down to about the 9. The Patriots have 2 receivers over 100. Gronkowski, who's tied a career-high 8 catches, and Amendola has 122 yards on the game.
That might have been the best throw by Tom Brady all day long of the Steelers. Now back to what they were in the first half. You know, being very defensive. You got to pick a spot and you've got to attack and take a chance against this offense.
Brady calls out Alabama on 2nd and 7. That is a running play to the 5 for Ridley.
You know what this does too? The pace, it's fast, they take their time, make calls, but the defensive line does not get to make any changes. And there's only so many times you can rush the passer.
3rd and 3 from the 5. Pressure, and Brady is sacked. Back at the 15.
They just collapsed at that time. The initial look by Tom Brady, nobody open. You play quarterback. Gronk is covered, both slants. Quickly covered. Amendola's going to work back out, but it's too late. He's already down on the ground.
Jason Worlds and Cameron Hayward will split the sack.
Oh, well, that's a good job by William Gage covering Dobson.
And Gostowski will try to give New England the lead back from 32. The kick is good. Patriots stopped. They had it all the way down to the 5. They net a field goal. 27-24 Patriots. An 11-play, 60-yard drive with a field goal at the end. Gostowski's second of the day. And Cameron Hayward's making a lot of plays on that defensive front, isn't he, for Pittsburgh?
Said he wanted to get some pressure on the quarterback. He has done it today, big time. Really outstanding high school basketball player, showing the athletic skill for sure out here on the field today.
There's Felix Jones running laterally at the 10, and Ebner is there to hit him. Next Saturday, the Home Depot SEC on CBS, a day-night doubleheader. The Aggies and Johnny Manziel will host Mississippi State in the afternoon. LSU and Alabama primetime. And it all gets started with CBS College Football Special and College Football Today, big day, next Saturday on CBS.
Well, Lance Barrow, our producer, Mike Arnold, director. You know, Lance said something to us last night. We read the promo. He goes, does Texas A&M play every game at home? It seems like it.
Eric Hyman, their AD, I'm sure would like to schedule it that way if he could.
Sure he would.
From the gun, and the draw it is with Bell. Taking a couple of bodies with him up to about the 20, and a gain of 8.
That's a good call. That's just like stealing for this Steeler offensive run game, which has not been good all year long. 30th in rushing. That tells you something about the Patriots. They can't stop one of the worst rushing offenses in the NFL.
What's wrong? Monday.
Now from under center, 2nd and 2. Fake to Bell, rolling out. And it's Contry who's having a very big day. Very
really
big
well
quarter.
done.
Very big quarter for Contry.
Yeah, how about third wide receiver? They keep Keith Miller in. When you see that, that means they want to try to get the football down the field. Jericho Contry, when he's your third wide receiver, tells me you're in pretty good hands. That means the first two are really good.
It's the second time in his career he's had a multi-touchdown game. The other time was 08 with the Jets. The Favre season in New York.
Hey, single.
Then takes off. And a busted play.
Yep, went the wrong way. And just by his body language as he says it, yes. He went the right way. Oh, yeah, and Le'Veon Bell, you can see him clap his hands like, man. Well, it's a big deal because your quarterback has to run the football. And we've seen when the quarterbacks run, defensive players find a way to give them some extra shots.
Got it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Looking for Sanders, and it's tipped away by Dennard at the last moment.
Boy, good job by Dennard. Looks like he's beat, and Roethlisberger does the right thing, just rifles the football ahead of the receiver. I thought the ball was tipped. Couldn't see it there, but still a good play by Dennard, catching up and making it happen.
3rd and 10 in the final minute of the third quarter. That have seen the Steelers come back from 14 down at halftime to tie it, only to see the Patriots drive down, regain the lead by 3.
Ramon Foster taps the center.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
I was going to say, if you watch the left guard, Ramon Foster, he taps Velasco, and then they look up and they snap the ball, and the rhythm of it has been the same all day long. It's a real telltale, I think, to the defensive pass rushers.
Pittsburgh, 30-second timeout.
You know, these two quarterbacks both having big afternoons, and you look at highest career win percentage since 1980, got 100 starts. Brady won. Montana second on that list. Then Peyton, and number 4 would be Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, it's amazing. So hard to win any games in this league, but to win at the percentage these guys are doing, it's a lot about them and their organizations and coaches, of course. But it's kind of good to see a game like this from both offenses, isn't it?
It really is. 5 rings between the two of them. 3 for Brady, 2 for Roethlisberger. Ben today going for career win number 100. Third and 10. Got time. Got Miller. Overthrew him. He was open.
Yep, it was well designed. Everything was perfect, but he was a little careful with the throw. Underneath receivers, bring the defense up, and watch him throw over the top. He was a little afraid that time, and I understand why. Logan Ryan in the middle, didn't want him to jump up and hit it.
Matt McBriar will punt it. 2-time Pro Bowler when he was a Cowboy. Spent last year in Philadelphia. Edelman, good returner, number 23. Oh, and he gets past the first group. And still on his feet at the 40. And tumbles all the way to the 33.
Well said there. It all started with the punt. It's low, not up in the air very long, and look at the gap. The Steelers don't get down and get in their lanes to tackle the Edelman, and that's why he takes advantage of it. And this man can run. College quarterback, can catch it, run routes, terrific returner, and tough.
And as we said in the first half, this is the first game for McBriar after Zoltan Mesko got cut during the week. A 41-yard punt, 43-yard return, and Blunt gets his first carry and has about 3. It'll bring us to the end of the third quarter, as Brady's already trotting to the sideline. 27-24 New England after 3, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Let's start the fourth quarter. Jim Nantz here with the Super Bowl MVP Phil Simms. And the Patriots lead it and set up on the Pittsburgh side after a big return by Julian Edelman. Punt return of 43 yards. 2nd and 6. And through the hands of Hu'u Munawanui.
Not sure if that wasn't a run play and a pass built into it, but it sure seemed to catch him by surprise as the football came outside.
Of course, their in-field goal range from here would be about 48 yards for Gostowski. See what happens on 3rd and 6 as they shift Bolden to the top. And Dobson has the first down, the 2nd-round pick out of Marshall this spring.
I like what he does on the outside. Look at all the confusion. 3 receivers going together. On the other side, Cortez Allen is not going to let Big Gronk get away. That's the way to play him. Hit him at the line of scrimmage so he doesn't get lumbering down the field against you.
That's what you were calling for in the first half. 1st and 10, and it's blocked. And he flies for about 3.
Well, he serves a good role. When you look at LeGarrette Blount, he's the perfect, when he returns kicks, there's no dodging anything, just running in there and get the, drive the pile forward. And he runs the same way, too, when he gets in the game.
Got a Steeler shaken up. And it was Vince Williams, the rookie linebacker, who was involved in that tackle. And while he's helped to the sideline, we're going to be next week. We're going to see the Broncos out at San Diego, and I know John Fox. You know him even better, and I think there's a high probability sitting back even watching some football today, and just want on behalf of this entire crew has done so many of his games out there in Denver and even in the old Carolina days. Coach, we wish you all the very best this week.
Sure,
we're thinking of you.
Yeah, of course, he coached up with the Giants for many years, had wonderful success, got to know him up there as a defensive coordinator. We talked about him a lot last night, wishing him well and telling some good stories on his behalf.
Going to have a heart procedure in Charlotte on Tuesday. Here's a 2nd and 7 play for the Patriots, and it's Dobson, and he's got a touchdown. For the 2nd straight week, Aaron Dobson.
Well, we talked about it earlier. He couldn't, going down the right side, didn't get the back shoulder throw. This time, nice adjustment. Gets the foot in, body looks like control of the football. Yep, he's inbounds. Beautiful throw by Tom Brady. More and more today, I said, boy, can they throw the football outside the numbers and have success? Well, the answer to that is yes. And it's big success, too.
First 3-touchdown game of the season for Brady. And Dobson scores in that same corner of the end zone. Back-to-back weeks, Miami and Pittsburgh, the opponents. And now, before they're going to try the extra point, they get word that they want to take a second look at it up top.
Foot's in, body part.
Still have control at this point, which appears to.
To me, it looks like his legs and that hit the ground before his elbow goes out of bounds. Contact. It's close, but I do think it's a touchdown.
His rookie seems to be really starting to get it now, about midway through this first season. And Coach Belichick was talking to us about his size, his speed, and his smarts.
Well, he's got it all. And I think the big thing is playing wide receiver, pretty complicated offense. They run a lot of plays up here. It takes a while to get indoctrinated into it.
Appeared to have a foot down, and they got the right hip down.
Yes.
Williams, who was hurt on the play before that, is headed in.
Yeah, I think once they look, it's taken a long time, Jim, because I know it's close. But my first reaction, which I need to always stay with, catch, secure the football, go into the ground. Okay, hip is in, elbow is not hit out of bounds. Does he hold on to the football? Yes.
And now Walt Coleman is ready to give the verdict.
Felt like a lawyer there giving all the facts.
After reviewing the play, the runner on the field stands. Touchdown.
Well, after 14 unanswered by Roethlisberger and the Steelers, a couple of touchdown throws in the third quarter to Kotri. Now the Patriots come answering back with the extra point, giving them 10 points in 3 minutes and 53 seconds. All set up by the Edelman punt return. Brady's third touchdown toss, this time to Dobson. 34-24 New England. 4 different Patriots have scored touchdowns. 17 yards, the last one to number 17.
Yeah. Amendola, Gronkowski, now him, all catching footballs, looking good.
And Ridley running one in. Plus a couple of Gostowski field goals, and now set the kickoff into a little bit of a breeze, which results in a run back from the goal line from Dwyer. Fighting off, shedding a couple of tackles out to about the 23. How about the Jets? How do you figure? Lose by 40 to Cincy. Today they beat the Saints. Ivory just running with tremendous aggression. And Romo, he does it at the end today, driving the Cowboys down for the late victory over Minnesota. And the Chiefs, they keep on winning. Undefeated. There you see the Ivory numbers.
How about that? Going against his old team.
And the Chiefs 9-0 go into the bye and will face Denver in 2 weeks' time in the Mile High City. Pittsburgh's got to restart the comeback all over again. Almost intercepted. Batted down by the newly traded for Isaac Sopoaga.
Yeah, good read by him inside. Says, man, I got by there too quick for a guy that's noted to be a run stopper. Good job seeing the screen and knocking it down.
That's a good trade for the Patriots, you felt, this week.
I did. He is known, came into the league the same year that Vince Wilfork did, and his forte is anchoring himself down inside and stopping the run. The Patriots need help inside.
Yeah, they lost Wilfork for the year. Gives them a nose tackle now, a true one. 2nd and 10. And that was intended for Brown.
Defensive backs, Jim, have been beat deep today a couple times, but they are not afraid. They are still Kyle Arrington all over Antonio Brown.
Six defensive backs. Getting set for a 3rd and 10. Ben has missed his last 4 throws. And he is dragged down at the 10 by Fletcher. A loss of 12 on the sack.
Well, they got the extra defensive backs in there, and that time, when you're trying sometimes to protect the quarterback, the running back stays in the backfield. Felix Jones, 23, so it just enables Fletcher to free up and get the sack. If he'd have released on a pass, then Ben Roethlisberger would have had much more time to throw the football down the field.
McBriar, his last punt was not a good one, and that was the big return by Edelman that set up the eventual touchdown. But he's going to like this one. Forcing Edelman to backpedal to the 38 and brought down right away. He is tackled right away by Antoine Blake. 51-yard punt. Patriots lead it by 10 in the 4th.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new LG G2. Learning from you. With LG, it's all possible. Domino's. Visit Domino's.com. And by Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Coming back with the Patriots at the 39 at 6-2 going into the bye. The Jets with a win today over New Orleans. Miami will win over Cincinnati on Thursday night. He's out to the 50 for another 11 behind Mankins.
You said it right. They do so many different run plays. Watch Logan Mankins, 70, get in the hole, and there is nothing you can do about that. They pull, they trap, they wham, block, catch people by surprise. Run game very sophisticated by the New England Patriots, much more than other teams in the league.
Ridley again, down the line, and well, he dives to try to get it back to the line of scrimmage. You see 55 out there for Pittsburgh. That's Stevenson Sylvester, linebacker, in for Vince Williams, who suffered a concussion just a short while ago and is unlikely to return.
Not going to say this is the game on the line, but it's pretty close. If you let the Patriots drive down the field here and score a touchdown, that'll give them a 3-possession lead. You've got to get up and challenge even more.
2nd and 10. 7-step drop. Brady down the field and incomplete. William Gay covering Dobson. Oh, the flag's out. Flag comes back. Official was back at about the 20. He runs up and throws a flag.
In the exact same spot against the Miami Dolphins last week, they ran the same play.
Pass interference, number 22. Defense, ball will be placed at the spot of foul. First down.
Tom Brady was under a lot of pressure to make the throw last week. This time the protection's good. Boy, that is selling. That's a good call.
McClendon, after the throw, knocks Brady down.
Well, you have to hold the football a long time. You can see that is a deep comeback route. Awesome job by Dobson.
4 down.
Selling it to the defensive back.
Roger, how left? 20.
Third pass interference penalty against Pittsburgh today. Sets it up at the 29. And play action. And thrown in the area of Ridley, incomplete. By the way, next week another doubleheader weekend on CBS. Early, many will see Cincinnati and Baltimore, plus other regional action. And then over 90% of the country is going to see Denver coming off its bye at San Diego. All beginning with the NFL today at noon Eastern time.
Who knows if we show that little promo with the shooter? There's a lot of people helping them out. High maintenance.
And as Ridley hit low, short game. You prefer to just do it alone.
Absolutely. That way there's nobody to blame but me. But you look at the Steeler defense. Now the Patriots huddling up. Why? Because they want to try to take one possession out of this game if they can. And the Steelers have to limit this offensive threat to a field goal try.
Dick LeBeau looking on at his defense. 3rd and 7. Need to get out of here if you're Pittsburgh with no more than a field goal allowed. That's Gronkowski, and he is able to power his way past the rookie Thomas and pick up the first down.
Boy, what a threat. Again, the formation really helps Gronkowski. Thomas has to back off and give him the time to come down and make the move. Why? Because they're in a tight formation. He's off the line of scrimmage, and there's not much you can do. And that is a no-win situation for Thomas.
Gronkowski, who his senior year in high school moved to Pittsburgh and went to Woodland Hills High School there in the Steel City. Here's Ridley shaking off a few hits and then just gliding down to the 11.
That's an awesome run. That was awesome. There was nothing there. That was a 3-yard loss, and he just skated to the right side. And what did he pick up? 7 to 8 yards.
Yes, and enough to put him over 100. 104 yards and a touchdown for Ridley. 2nd and 3. Got it again. The wiggle will pick up the first at about the 6.
Not bad for a running back that probably left LSU because he figured, well, if I stay here for my senior year, I might not get to carry the football as much because they had a lot of running backs, so he leaves early. Truly has gotten better as a running back in the pro football game.
Ridley again. Ridley is across for the touchdown. Every one of his carries during that sequence was about the same. He just kept fighting through. You used the term skating. shedding tackles and knowing exactly where that end zone is.
Well, they just do that time the edge. When you look at Manawanui, number 47, gets an excellent block on the outside, opens up a lane, and Ridley, well, he did it all. The pace, no substitutions for the Steelers. Late in the game, that's when you can overpower a defense, and the Patriots did it.
Ridley with 115 now on the ground and 2 touchdowns. And it's 41-24. He had 31 yards on that drive alone. Second efforts leads to 7. That's 17 points by New England in the last 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, if they can hang on and win this game, I'll tell you what, there's one side of the ball that's going to breathe a big sigh of relief going into this bye week, because the offense has been super sharp, throwing the football down the field, running with power. Not many teams in the NFL can say they can do that. You know, usually you got to be either a great passing team or a power running offense. Today, the Patriots have done both.
Gostowski, some hang time here, and unreturnable for Felix Jones. Let's get the update. Let's go back to JB and Shannon in New York.
Seattle at home. They needed the largest comeback in franchise history, down 21. Steven Hauschka, game-winning OT, 27-24. Seattle escapes the Bucs.
Jim and Phil.
Well, thank you, guys. No one even saw that one being a competitive game, and of course that drops Tampa now to 0-8, and blowing the big lead in that one.
2.
All right, 26.
From the 20, just in time, he got it away, and a diving catch. As Roethlisberger, you could see it coming from his blind side. He was walloped, but threw it in time for 24 yards to Sanders.
Oh my gosh, Roethlisberger hung in there and really took a big hit. Well, I can't believe he had enough to get this football down the field. Oh, they hit Marcus Gilbert.
Oh boy, the right tackle in this line just, again, it has been patchwork already without DeCastro, out with an ankle today. It was Chandler Jones who came in on Roethlisberger, and Gilbert suffered the injury.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Jaguar. See the new model year lineup at JaguarUSA.com. And by the new Windows, one experience for everything in your life.
Happy to say that Marcus Gilbert did walk off the field to the sideline without any help. And now he's getting a treatment. As you see, Mike Adams, who started the first 4 games of the year, is in at right tackle. Derek Moy is in at receiver for Pittsburgh. And going for the long ball to Brown. And it's knocked down. Another play down the field by Dennard. By the way, we hear Steve Gregory's injury was a thumb injury, and we don't expect to see him the rest of the day.
Alfonso Dennard, again, late in the game. Patriots don't back off and play the so-called prevent defense. We saw it last week. They stay aggressive, and they're staying aggressive right here with their pass coverage against these receivers who do have the speed to get down the field.
2 for 2. Come on.
2nd and 10. Open man, Cotchery. Ball came out as he dove for the first. We're going to say incomplete. Fletcher on the coverage.
They're just saying he never had possession of the football. He was fighting to kind of gain control.
Pittsburgh calls a timeout before this 3rd and 10 coming up. Don't miss the show that's in a league by itself. James Brown, Bill Sims, Chris Collinsworth. With all the artistry of NFL films. The show the pros watch. Wednesday at 9 only on Showtime. In the Steelers division, Cincinnati, even with the loss against Miami at 6-3, Baltimore and Cleveland in a tight one right now with about 2 minutes to go, and the Browns leading it by a field goal and have the football in Baltimore territory.
26. Round.
Probably 4-down territory for the Steelers.
To Cotchery to the 39. And got another lineman down. It's Ramon Foster, who suffered a concussion in the 2nd quarter last week against Oakland.
Well, last week, I think they finished with 2 offensive linemen in their original positions. They had so many injuries, and it's incredible for the last couple years. Offensive line for the Steelers really hit so hard with injuries. But what a job by Roethlisberger.
Monday.
Hanging in the pocket, moving just enough to find Jericho Cotchery.
And there he finds Sanders. And Roethlisberger's moving in on 300 yards. He's at 296 after that 6-yard completion.
You know, to go back to him a couple plays, when you're down 17, you need 3 scores, and you have to use a timeout because you're not ready, or I don't know what happened, some confusion. That's a big mistake. Just lessens your chances even more of making a comeback.
RT.
2nd and 4.
Well, double tap, so they're changing it up.
Keeping his balance is Brown. Pushed out by Harmon. Another 1st down for Pittsburgh. 13 yards on that play.
Well, they finally got the defenders off, giving some cushion. And Antonio Brown, boy, he's productive, tough, hard worker, and is showing everybody he can be the #1 receiver on your football team.
Brown today, 5 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Incomplete. Bell could not hold on.
3 times today they've tried it to go up the sideline against the linebacker. And nice move. Dane Fletcher misses Le'Veon Bell right off the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't come up with the catch.
Well, Roethlisberger put it right on the money there.
It's one of those things you plan all week long. You love the thought of it. You try it 3 times in the game, and you get nothing out of it.
2nd and 10. And that'll be a 1st and goal to go. Just feeding Cotchery the football in this half. Another 15. 60 minutes will be coming up after football. Jim Nance, Bill Sims here in Foxborough. It'll be seen in its entirety immediately after the game, except on the West Coast. 1st and goal. Steelers. Time for Roethlisberger. Now fires it through the back of the end zone. "60 Minutes." One of the stories tonight, a profile of Nick Saban, the Alabama football genius, and a great friend of Bill Belichick. Used to be on his staff at Cleveland. 2nd and goal. Roethlisberger gets it away, and Cotchery has a 3rd touchdown as he reels it in with the left hand.
What a job. Ben Roethlisberger, the pocket is collapsing around him. He's a big guy, so he doesn't panic and keeps his hands on the football. Hightower just drives the running back right back in the backfield, but he waits, and Cotchery finally gets across the formation. Look at everybody around him and just reaches up and drops it in. Little nifty catch, too, by Cotchery.
Yeah, the right hand never touched the football.
So this keeps this game alive.
Extra point by Sweesum makes it a 10-point game with 6:15 to play. Cotchery with his first career 3-touchdown performance.
Taking advantage of being that receiver that's not being focused on today. Next week, the Steelers, whoever they play, they're going to say, hey, let's watch 89 when they get down near the end zone. But the double coverage on the two outside receivers, Sanders and Brown, has allowed Cotchery, and of course Cotchery's talent, not to shortchange him getting it done.
You know, Cotchery came out of North Carolina State, where he used to catch passes from Phillip Rivers, and then longtime member of the Jets, but kind of overlooked, and they let him get away to free agency back in 2011, and then kind of forgotten about here in Pittsburgh. And you talk to the folks around the Steelers, they said, this guy is a great teammate. Cotchery's one of these guys, he'll do anything you ask him to. And today they're asking him to play a prominent role in the passing game. He's got 7 catches, 96 yards, and the 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he definitely has, but let's look at this here, Jim. You're down 10 points, 6:15 to go. You only have 1 timeout and a 2-minute warning. I would kick off here and make them start from the 20-yard line. That way, if you get the football back, you can score. Then you can dictate what you want to do from there. Patriots ready for the onside kick, of course.
McCourty is all the way up to the 25, and the deepest return man, and they'll kick it right over his head. He's going to have to catch it over his shoulder. Well, this could work out well for the Steelers.
They got a great break.
And McCourty is down by Blake at about the 6-yard line.
They couldn't have dreamed of getting it this well. Scotty O'Brien, deep special teams coordinator's got to be upset. I was getting ready to say something about the Steelers. Why would you kick it in the end zone when there's no... Kick it short, make the Patriots run inside the 20, fall on it or whatever, and tackle them, but mistake by McCourty that time.
So it's at the 7. And the Patriots 10 up. 6 to go. Pittsburgh's defense needs to make quick work of it, but they won't here as Blunt remove the chains with a 12-yard run.
Marcus Cannon, the right tackle, comes across the formation. Watch 61, watch the block, kicks it out, and Blunt, they bring him in because he's the biggest, strongest running back they got. Look at that kick out. Marcus Cannon, the Patriots, again, I said it earlier, they have a lot of different ways to run the football. They have linemen hit you from angles you don't expect them to be coming, and it opens up those run lanes. You got to play run, 100%.
Brady, play action, long ball, open. Dobson, got it at the 40. Dobson takes off for the touchdown. Yards to Aaron Dobson.
Well, you got to play run. Here's Dobson on the outside. Oh, Ike Taylor was looking into the backfield, expecting run, and that little peek in the backfield allowed Dobson to get by him. Boy, he showed some speed. Tries to grab him, can't even slow him down.
Boy, he raised the hand, didn't even look back.
Raised the hand, and Brady, what a throw. How about throwing to the outside of the field today by the Patriots? It's been spectacular. What a way to go into the break.
Brady, 432 yards. and 4 touchdowns, 2 of them to Aaron Dobson.
Tom Brady, beautiful touch on the long ball today. He's had great touch all day long, so getting in rhythm early as a quarterback, which he did, just kind of set the tone for the whole day, Jim. It's like a basketball player shooting. He hits those first couple shots. Even if you're a great player like Tom Brady, they get your confidence going, you trust what you see, and he has been on target with the football.
And he's got his 3rd highest total passing yards in a game in his career, 432.
Wow.
You know, back in 07, he had a 4 touchdown game. Moss. This was the Anthony Smith game, who had been doing a lot of talking leading into it.
Yeah, I remember that. Boy, look at those numbers. Both quarterbacks have been extremely sharp. Missing very few passes.
You know, we were talking to Brady on Saturday, and he talked about how still trying to figure out what we're doing here, or who we are, and trying to mix and match and finding ways to be effective, because it's been a whole new group of players that he's had to try to throw the football to. That one guy certainly emerging is a very promising prospect in this Aaron Dobson, and Gronkowski back today looking like the Gronkowski we've known from years past.
Well, you know, I think the impressive thing here is with 5 minutes to go, 3 scores, going to be tough for the Steelers to have a chance to win this, but the Patriots, with all the problems, the injuries, no rhythm, basically, really for the first 7 games, or all 8 if you want to say it, on the offense, they found it today, and I think it's only going to get better going forward, no doubt. Gronkowski's going to get healthier, even better than we saw. Amendola and Dobson, of course, getting it done.
First down, spinning away. Not this time. Tackled at the 14. It'll go in the books as a sack for Andre Carter, who came back to the Patriots a week ago after 2 years ago having 10 sacks in a very big 2011 campaign here. Second and 16. And again, this time Hightower on Roethlisberger somehow gets away. And that's wired out to about the 37. Just want to welcome those of you who saw Cleveland defeat the defending Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens. How about that AFC North? You got Cincinnati, Cleveland 1-2, and Baltimore, Pittsburgh 3-4.
How about that?
Jim Nance, Bill Sims here in Foxborough. Been a big day here for the 2 quarterbacks. Roethlisberger has a completion to Sanders at the 48. Consider that both Roethlisberger and Brady did not even have a 3-touchdown game, either one of them, coming into this one, and they both have thrown for 4 touchdowns today. He has an interception for the 2nd straight week. And Whitmer ends the return. And that interception, much like the one he had last week, no one around him, and he just happened to be playing center field and caught it with no one around him.
Yeah, and it's just going by the body language and watching everybody. It looks like the wrong route was run on the outside. Ben Roethlisberger doing everything he can not to yell at somebody. And even Mike Tomlin, as I watched him come over the sideline, just let it go and move on. Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers giving up all these points, not having the answers on the defensive side.
Blocks to the 10, and the last man gets him. Polamalu running behind Connolly.
LeGarrette Blount actually hesitates in the hole. Watch it. Little hesitation. Oh, yeah, no, there's nobody there. The blocking, nobody getting off the blocks. You got to keep playing this.
And Ike Taylor hurt.
Yeah.
This is a New England team that 4 times this season had not even managed 300 yards total offense. That carry by Blount puts him over 600 today. 606 yards for the Patriots, including 432 by Brady, 3rd highest of his career. Ridley over 100. You see the Patriots go into a bye now.
Wow. You know, every schedule looks tough when you put it up there. All right, it's the NFL. At Carolina, Denver, of course. At Houston, Cleveland, there's no easy out. At Miami.
You know, this marks the, if you will, game 9 for New England, start of the second half of the season. In the last 3 years, when you take their 9th through 16th games, the second half games, they've been 23-1, the Patriots. They talked about in our meetings with them, you know, it's going to start to get cold around here. It gets to be Patriot kind of weather, Patriot time of the year. First and goal here.
Yeah. 94.
Knocking on the door on 50. Blount wants to carry a couple of players with him. How about that effort for a touchdown?
I'll tell you, this will be, give the Patriots credit, said it many times, they play for 60 minutes. And this is a concern when you look at the Steelers. I know you can't win the game, but when you just let a runner have contact and nobody comes to help the tackler. Look at this, there's nowhere to go.
That's McClendon who has a hold of him.
And there's a couple guys do hustle. Well, they actually, I'll give them a little benefit of the doubt. McClendon actually knocks off Ziggy Hood. They both are trying so hard, they knock each other off the tackle. But I didn't see many other Steelers rushing to their defense to help them out.
It's been a strange year. We watched all the Pittsburgh games together, even the ones we haven't done. And they have given up plays that are so un-Steeler-like. Last week, the 93-yard run by Pryor, the quarterback, on the first play of the game.
Yes.
We saw an 81-yard touchdown to Dobson earlier in this quarter. That lack of tackling right there. We were in London when Jennings caught a ball basically at the line of scrimmage and shedded about 4 tackles and took it 70 yards for a touchdown for Minnesota.
That says it all. 55 points, the most in team history. There's going to be a meeting in Pittsburgh, and it's not going to be talking about playoffs. What are we going to do? We can get back in this. This is about starting over. You know, you got to go back to the drawing board on both sides of the ball and just decide as a team and individuals what we are going to do to rectify what's gone on.
Here's the Steelers' upcoming schedule, and again, last place now in the AFC North. Have not been, in the end, last in the division since '88, 25 seasons ago.
Well, you know, you look at it this way, too. In the NFL, sometimes teams look at their opponent and go, you know, if we just play pretty good, we could. Now the Steelers are one of those teams. They're going to look at them and go, you know, look, they're not playing. We play pretty good. We are going to win the game.
You know, since that playoff game out at Denver a couple of years ago, we were there when Tebow to Demaryius Thomas.
First play of overtime.
Since that time, the Steelers are now 10-14 since that playoff loss. And 2:41 to go in this one.
I like Taylor. Looking like he might be a little shooken up.
Polamalu looking for answers. From a higher authority. Nothing there. Left side, and Roethlisberger with Hightower near him. Remember, this was a 14-point New England lead at halftime, and then Pittsburgh caught a spark. Got an early takeaway in the third quarter, and then scored 2 touchdowns to tie it, only to see New England come back and go on a roll and regain control of this one.
Well, you got 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Of course, no chance to win it. You got to be careful here. You got to be careful where you throw it. Don't lead a receiver into trouble. And most importantly, you got to make sure your quarterback doesn't take any unnecessary hits.
Sanders for another 7. It was the AFC East with the Jets. A really surprising 5-4, doing a really good job of being able to come back from some losses that didn't look so good, only to rebound. They did that against Pittsburgh, losing, but came back and beat the Patriots and got thumped by Cincinnati, and today beat New Orleans. And there's Miller. But the Patriots on top at 7-2 with a 2-minute warning. You're watching the NFL on CBS. We're back for the final 2 minutes. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, and the Patriots. We were talking about going into the game about they have to find different ways to win because they don't do the things they used to do. Well, today, that's not the case.
Yeah, we came into this game thinking, can the Patriots find a way to scratch a few points out and win a really close, low-scoring game? Yeah, once again, my prognostications are off, but they just got to feel great at what they've done on the offensive side. And confidence is a strange thing. We all know it. You get confidence, you can start performing to the utmost of your athletic ability.
Incomplete. Well, you're talking about confidence. You're talking about 3 100-yard receivers in Gronkowski, Dobson, and Amendola. A 100-yard rusher in Ridley, and a 400-yard passer today.
And it's just me too, Jim. I said it earlier. I would run the football to end this game because of that.
Exactly.
Just get it. Just end the game.
Carter's already hit him once and sacked him here in the late going. But it's back to the shotgun on 2nd and 10.
It's not giving up if you do it. It's smart football.
It's Bell. He weaves through the secondary to the Patriots 43. 6th time in the history of the league. That combo I just gave you, 300-yard receivers, each with a touchdown. Well, that's part of it. By the way, that completion picked up enough yardage to give Roethlisberger 400 yards on the nose. And he sidearms it out of bounds. The executive producers of the NFL on CBS are Sean McManus and Harold Bryant. And the coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS and today's game is Lance Barrow. Today's game is directed by Mike Arnold. And the vice president of remote production of CBS Sports is Steve Karasik. Vice president of studio production CBS Sports is Tyler Hale. And the NFL Today produced by Drew Kaliski and the director Bob Matina. Creative director of CBS Sports is Pete Radovich Jr. And that's over the head of Moy. Our associate directors here in Foxborough, Corey Fishman, Brian Kozowski, and the broadcast associates. Corey Fishman I mentioned, but Eric Spitzer and Brian Mayer, let's give them some shout outs here, our broadcast associates. And our technical manager, Pete Calander. Big thanks to Rob Flores, our production manager, our vision mixer, Mike Tiffey, and our audio supervisor, Ed Soltis. As Bell cut back outside. And nice tackle by Logan Ryan. Our stats provided by Ethan Cooperson and Tom Borstein. Our spotter and editorial consultant, Tommy Spencer. Our field stage manager, Jimmy Hatter. And our booth supervisor and audio assistant is the great Kevin McHale. So 44 seconds and counting, and a 4th down on the way. And now the Patriots can take it and kneel on it and put it in the books. Roethlisberger walks off the field with a 400-yard game, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, good day by Ben Roethlisberger. The 1 interception, really tough against him, but threw the ball overall magnificently, competed like he always does, and there's a lot of problems in Pittsburgh. The quarterback is not one of them.
$55-31 is going to be your final here. We had between the two teams 1,089 yards of total offense, with the Patriots putting up 610. Pittsburgh falls to 2-6. Patriots improve to 7-2. 55-31. New England, the final tonight on CBS. 60 minutes, followed by The Amazing Race, The Good Wife, and The Mentalist. For Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nance saying so long from Foxborough. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.